So let's get into a couple of topics. Oh, maybe we should just start it off with since we got Kenzo here. Kenzo got a lot of experience in the federal system. I think you did like almost
Not a
you
lot.
sentenced a decade.
Not a lot. No, I was sentenced to 12.
12 years. Anybody that sentenced to 12 years and got to sit on those federal penitentiary yards understands the system.
Yeah.
You probably understand it better than
Don't,
most.
let's not say a lot. I did a. I mean, you can't say a lot, but some of these guys
I guess you're
did
respecting the guys that are
20 and
sentenced to
30.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know, that not sentenced. They
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
I got a lot of partners.
Yeah, 20 and 30 years. And, Larry Hoover's still sitting in there.
Exactly.
So safe to say you got a lot of knowledge on how the federal system works.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
There, go there.
not totally, but I'm knowledgeable when it comes to the system because I did a lot of reading, a lot of library time in there, and talking to my guys. Big old Rodney Browning, and them dudes.
And when you say big O, you're referring to
Harry up.
Harry O.
They stayed in the law library and stayed fighting. Them dudes, man, they was fighting. To me, I never actually seen, like, one of my buddies was telling me the other day when you in there. Actually, it was my partner Didi. Don was telling me, he's like, man, we never looked forward to coming home. We knew we would get out, but it's some of them other guys who got lives and stuff like that. They never thought they would make it, but they stayed fighting. And they home now. You know what I'm saying? So and I used to be like, man, because I remember this. I seen Rodney go from, we were in the medium together to the low. He's under the old law, so the board used to still have to come to him. So when that board come to him and they shoot him down, and then they come next year and shoot him down 2 years, shoot him down, I used to be like, man, I would go in there and tell them, man, F y'all, But he stayed right, and with Big Rod, I don't know if y'all know his case, him and his brother Ray Ray, but when Rod was sentenced, he broke his lawyer's collarbone, picked him up and slammed him.
Sheesh.
So the judge gave him what he felt, some extras, gave him an elbow. But, he blessed to be home. He doing well, got his little business going. He calls me all the time. I'm proud of him.
So that's a message to the viewers. You get into a situation, man. Don't give up. Keep fighting.
You can't, man. You really can't.
Laws change every day. You know what I mean? You just gotta stay at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Harry O actually was doing a state.
Excuse me.
He was doing a.
That's calling me. You talking about Harry O? They calling me right now.
Spoke him up.
Mind if I answer real quick?
Go ahead, go for it. Tell him that we're recording so he knows.
Hey, oh. I'm recording, so don't say nothing crazy. I'm at a podcast.
Tell him where he knows me.
I'm with Alex Alonso. So don't say no. What you laughing about, man? Yeah, okay. I wish you would. Think about us in that gym. Think about us in that gym, how I used to train you. Go see, yeah, okay.
Tell him Munchie B said what's happening, man.
Munchie B, he right here at Minglewood. He said what's happening too, young player.
What's going on, brother? What's y'all got going on?
Yeah,
All
we
is
just
well?
talk- But I was telling them, I was saying, I'm like, I say, man, Big O, I say, we used to play, train, I was your trainer. That's fair to say, right? Come on, man. Just say what it is, bro.
You sticking to it, bro? That's the story.
Okay, okay. But I was telling them, they was talking about, man, that the boy Wack got at you foul. I say, man,
I ain't feeling it.
I say, boy, I trained with the boy. The boy, he got me about by 2 inches. I'm 6'1", 6'2", and you know how we used to play, train, box, and all that. I say, I got beating the boy up, beating the boy up, man, in a fight. You know what I'm saying? So,
With a mask on.
man, with one hand over his eye. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah, but we on this thing, man.
Tell him don't do it. He be in jail next week.
Man,
The week after.
he ain't gonna do, man.
Yeah, the week after you'll be
he
in
on
jail.
his grind. But no, so what I was calling you about, I wanted to know the young boy Vince that was up there with us that we talked about that was at your party, the Grammy thing. What does he do? What do he do? He's into marketing, right?
Oh, you talking about Vince.
Yeah, young Vince.
Yeah, he deal with advertisers like
Oh,
he
okay.
do marketing, but he like lock up sponsors with advertisers and different
Yeah,
events.
yeah. I was trying. I brought him up because we was talking about how these young guys always wanted to bring up, oh, how many fades they took, and I remember us being in there. Like me being around y'all, being around Big Rod, and all. You know what I'm saying? We was always in the law library chopping it up. We was looking for things positive, and I was just like I was telling them, that you guys, y'all seen that y'all stay fighting. You know what I'm saying? And
That part.
I used to be like, to me, I wouldn't say it to y'all, but I'd be like, these niggas, what is they fighting for? You know what I'm saying? They got life, you know? But then, you know how many times we seen the board come for Rod and shoot him down? You know what I'm saying? All them different years and years and years. And, but that, I told him my hat's off to y'all because of y'all. Y'all stay fighting. You kept your little book bag like you was a college student and tried to bob around the compound like you was him, you know.
And you was
I was that guy, but
No,
like
yeah,
what you don't know, like you said, man, they turned us down for 33 years. We kept fighting.
yeah,
And at the same time, even with that bullshit, like even on the years, whatever we had to do, we did it. You know what I mean? If motherfucker want to fade, we with all that shit. But at the
man,
same time, motherfuckers getting old, trying to get his money.
yeah.
And,
No,
it's just sucker shit, man.
we ain't even taking that because somebody like that, you got me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you already know that part. So, but anyway, like I said, yeah, but we trying to stay positive and keep everything positive. We ain't worried about who fade who. These young
Yeah, that
dudes.
shit is over with,
Yeah,
man. That
these
shit
young
kid shit,
dudes.
man. We grown ass men.
Yeah, these young dudes.
Trying to get these beat tickets.
Exact. These young dudes. Oh, he took 20 fades, 30 fades. So what did he get out of it?
Yeah, where you get
I want to hear about the young boy making 20 million or something like that. See, that's one thing. A lot of young guys. That's why I brought up young Vince. A lot of these young guys want to speak on all of these fades they took and stuff like that, which is, to me, not. I don't see nothing through that. But
no.
then you already know when I was in there how I was rocking, and I'm not proud of that. You know what I'm saying?
Green light, you
I
stay
ain't
on green.
I
Stay
ain't
on
never
green.
said
I
nothing
told him,
about.
like, come
You
on,
ain't never
kid.
heard me talk about that stuff. I only hear people
I
talk
know,
about.
man. I was like, come on, kid.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I don't glorify that. I don't glorify that. But the thing is, I want to see these same dudes who talk about how many fades they took, talk about how many good, successful people they met there, and things. People that can help change other people's lives and stuff like that.
Lives, man.
Yeah.
Which is
So
what we was doing.
yeah.
Man, I created a bunch of programs when I was in the joint. And then, a lot of dudes died. Dudes and changed their lives. Got businesses and all kind of shit. That's that real give back, man.
Yeah.
Ain't that fake give back.
Yeah, I remember when every time you come up with something, you start telling me about it. And when I used to look to the right,
Yeah.
I was kind of like turning my ear off because I used to get tired of hearing you talking about, yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But I'm proud to see you moved forward.
manifesting.
Forward, exactly. You know what I'm saying? But this boy, he came up with something every week. I think he dreamed about something the weekend, and then he come back and tell me about it Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, man. So I'm gonna get off this phone with you, man. Yeah, I'm gonna get off this phone. But Alex said, man, you ducking him on the podcast, bro.
Professional curver.
Yeah, you need to pull up one day, man, and chop it up with me.
Come through there. Like, when I come through there, I want to come through there with bags of games to be able to share with the community. Everybody can eat, man. That kind
Man, we'll come to you.
When I come through there, I'm gonna come through there like that. Trust me when I tell you, that's how I'm coming. Then we gonna sit down and chop it.
Exactly.
Everybody gonna see it. See that real work. All right.
All right, boy. Be safe, man.
Love you, bro.
All right, love you, dog. All
Okay.
right.
You see how elegant that curve was? That was another curve.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah. Oh, he got game. I gotta give it to
when
him.
I cut
He got
over there,
game.
yeah.
What I was gonna say about him, right when he was calling, is that he was fighting
Let me turn this sucker thing.
two governments. He was fighting the
He
state
did a
of
state.
California.
He went and did a state time, and then they shipped.
Then they shipped him right to the
to the
feds to do another bid. So